Last year, we're going to push exclusively into Android. I talked to the judges about the fact last year that we were going to be preparing for this stuff without announcing it publicly, with the exception of our very low end. We're going to roll it out through our entire product line. Launch for that, first of all, the previously announced basic smartphone beginning of next year. We're going to bring our N9 onto that platform midway through the year, and also the relaunching our tablet with the Android OS in that time frame as well.
Is that the migration of Nigo as well?
Yes, that's correct. We're going to continue. That's right, folding it all in. The keystone of that strategy is this sub $30, what we're calling a feature phone plus, which again, as discussed with you guys, we've been developing since midway through last year, which is going to be, it's going to look a lot like a smartphone, but it's going to be more of a media push device as opposed to something that's fully interactive, designed for the ultra low end of the international market. So, Nokia's got a long history of building really, really good hardware for incredibly low costs. That's basically at the core of it is our strength. And that's where we're going to go with this sub $30 feature phone plus, launched in cooperation with Google and Vodafone.
Sub $30 to the end user, or sub $30 to the
end user? Yeah.
Okay. So approximate wholesale price of that device?
Wholesale price would be about $10. Wait.
The wholesale price of the phone?
Wait, no, you got to go back.
Yeah.
It's ad subsidized.
Sorry, what?
$30 ad subsidized.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. No.
So then $10.
Strategic confusion. Next thing. Strategic confusion.
No, I just need to think of this. No, sorry, $30 is our sell price into the market. Where that revenue comes from will depend on where the relationship between us and these other guys evolves to. So it's going to be basically coming in. We're going to do what we did 8 years ago with this 8800 series or whatever it was, where our goal is to make a single device, make 100 million of them, and drive that cost absolutely through the floor as much as possible. Okay. Strategy number 3: Ovi is the global premium media services platform. We talked with the folks at Google and Android rolling Ovi out across both our platforms and on the Android platform as the provider for paid media content. So that's movies, that's paid TV, be it back catalog or new. That's things like cloud gaming stuff. Should that come online? Basically, any premium paid service will come out. We will be offering through that portal. In concert with that, we're going to be launching an interface OS for automotive. This is something that we've been working with Volkswagen for a long time. It's an open standard. It's something that can be adopted by any number of automakers. Essentially, we're going to be launching it with Volkswagen next year, and it's going to use that Ovi channel as a way of getting content not only onto your mobile device, but into your vehicle. Finally, we're going to continue some of the local network sharing, network in the home development that we've been working on. We're part of a group called DLNA, Digital Living Network Alliance, and with some of our partners in that alliance, specifically Sony and Samsung, we're going to be launching a wireless interface protocol that will allow seamless sharing of phone data onto things like televisions and other media devices within the home by the end of next year.
Okay, questions for these guys?
So the Ovi app for Android, you said you talked to Google, but is there any link between Google and the Ovi app, or is that just you've got the app in the market?
Yeah, basically when we sat down with Google, the realization we came to is that Google is very good at providing ad-supported and free services, and we think that there is a strategic mismatch between that and and paid media content. So our pitch to them, which I think was reasonably agreed to, is that we would focus on, we would adopt the Android store for, apps and some of the free or ad-supported services, whereas Ovi would be redirected for both companies towards providing the paid content.
And the automotive thing, that's based on Android, or that's some other OS?
Currently, it's running off of. It will be based on Android, yeah. Our work on it to date has been based on some of the current OSs we've been working with. It's primarily an interface standard, so it will be able to port it to Android by the time we launch it at the end of next year.
As it is right now, if you're running terminal mode in your car, you can speak to your iPhone, BlackBerry,
Android device.
Yeah.
Are you guys continuing support with S40 and Symbian, or just?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, and that's critical. I mean, so much of where we're dominant is in the business market. You know, that we need to, you know, not so much in North America, but especially in Europe and Asia. We need to make sure that we're continuing to support those platforms indefinitely, and that's exactly what we're going to do.
Talk to OEMs and to Vodafone. Vodafone, we discussed the deal. They're gonna get some revenues from Bing in exchange to subsidizing some phones through Vodafone's and pressuring OEMs to launch mobile phone 7 phones. Then we want to talk with OEMs. I don't know, it's not going to be Nokia, but it's going to be maybe Samsung or HTC, somebody else, about launching the business phone, something that would compete with BlackBerry on the basis of Office and Azure, and the gaming phone based on Xbox. That's like 2 flagship phones. Another very big thing is with Apple. So they're going to change their search phone right from Google to Bing, and their maps to something that we have, or maybe something we have with Yahoo. In exchange, we're going to adopt iAds as a platform for Bing, and we're going to share revenues on Bing through web phones. We're not talking about PCs yet, but share revenues on that.
So walk this through this.
Yeah, ready for that one?
That deal, that sensible deal again, that was a naughty compromise.
So iAds are...
How does iAds fit in? So this is, iAds is... Sorry, let's begin at the top here. Apple partnership. So Apple is switching to Bing for search from Google.
Basically, as default.
Apple?
Once Bing has parity with Google search results, we do a complete switch over as the default search
Have
engine.
you done it or not? Have you switched over?
We are in the...
You're Apple. Are you switched yet?
We're in the process of switching.
Okay. Right. And what did they give you to get that?
They're giving us all the connections from Bing advertisements so we can power iAds more effectively and get more ads through.
So it's just the data feed. Is it money?
Is it money? Sure, yes. Money sounds good.
I'm just trying to understand, are Windows 7 phones displaying
An iAd, right. And they'd be branded appropriately, but they'd be doing the same functionality, which is a really rich, immersive ad experience that's not intrusive to the behavior.
Okay.
And helping them develop more apps.
Is that exclusive for advertising?
Is it exclusive? Actually, you should take a look at our thing. We're going to be purchasing other companies that will help us with advertisements, like Where.com.
Nice.
How can we not?
Okay. And
So, and that's, we forgot to mention it, but, or we didn't get to it. Ovi, we're going to open it to work with apps that to go on our platform, Mobile Phone 7. But we're not, it's just as an additional, it's not something exclusive, but the apps could work with Ovi.
so
and we
Ovi
provided
apps
that.
run on, so Windows Phone 7 will work with Ovi as a service.
Yes.
Okay. With Ovi as a service. Okay. Google.